Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. Happy Wednesday. I hope you are doing well. I believe it's January 17th, only because I'm pretty sure that Monday was the 15th, and if it's Wednesday, then it must be the 17th, but charge it to my head and not to my heart if I'm wrong. Okay, let's see what we got here today. I shuffled these cards a great deal as I was just kind of vibing out to some playlists on YouTube, just really grooving in the way of R&B and a little bit of everything, a little neo soul, a little soul, it was a nice little mix that was coming through, more or less from songs that I've already listened to, but I'm definitely in a musical mood right now, so we'll see how this translates in the cards. All right, so let's check out what's on the bottom today. See where we're starting. Well, okay. You know what? Sometimes, these cards be trolling me. It's like, oh, you in a musical mood. However, we are not. The Eight of Swords here. Let's see. Man, oh man. First of all, this is definitely jailhouse vibes, okay? But entrapment is what I hear. Spiritual prison, mental prison. It's also the energy of feeling untrustworthy of your own instincts or your own intel or intuition. Discernment, more discernment than intuition, because it's not water, it's more mental energy with the swords. But I don't know why we're experiencing this out the gate. Eight of Swords. This is somebody's energy, but I gotta tell you, damn sure ain't mine. So praise God for that. I am feeling very trustworthy of my instincts, very free to move about, 100% in tune to my spiritual intel. Even the information that I await, I don't feel stuck at all. I just am patiently awaiting, whatever I need to know to come through clearly and fluidly. So I don't know. This feels like a projection of sorts, but let's see. Let's get into it. Eight of Swords. Yeah, here's an offer with the Page of Pentacles, or message. Just more a message for what could be a small offer. Yeah, I'm gonna let them flow today. I ain't gonna control too much. And then we got this energy here. Seven of Swords, another message. So conflicting messages with the Page of Cups, and then the exactly what I thought, a projection. Yeah. And with the Magician card is giving mystical vibes, and the Page of Swords, that there is an intention to project a certain emotional reality. Like I said, with the Eight of Swords, it's like, that ain't my energy, So this is somebody that's trying to, and what's before that but the Seven, right? Bam. There's a progression right there. It's like, yes, conflicting energies, because here you are looking at life like, there's so much to look forward to with the Page of Pentacles. Even though it's a small offer or a small message, it still is promising, and it has the inflection of good news. The Page of Cups, for me, sometimes it could be a little wishy-washy, like you never know, given there's a fish in that cup and surrounded by this Seven of Swords and the Magician card, which is screaming manipulation to me. Yeah, this is somebody trying to inflect some emotional, like project some emotional energy to change the vibration for themselves, but also to project it out for someone else to absorb as their truth, like for someone to like pick that up as their own token of, I don't know, like what is that? A token of what? Token of love. That's something we say in church, like an offering. An offering. So this is someone wanted to project a false love offer, but for it to be presented, or at least perceived, as something positive or promising. Like it may be small, but at least it has potential type of vibes. Like, no, look at all this energy surrounding what it truly is, which is a fish in a cup, like something fishy about it. Even if it is, with the pages, it's a message, but it's for the intention of impressing, with the Page of Cups, impressing some emotional connection, or making some emotional impact, influence, attachment even, but of what nature? The Seven of Swords, cheating, stealing, lying. It's like, it's full of lies. It's BS. And it's for it's carefully crafted BS for the purposes of manipulating an outcome in someone else's favor. And let's not forget to inflict upon the intended target, or whomever is the intended receiver, I should say, the energy of stagnancy, uncertainty, to have someone in the Eight of Swords like, oh, well, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I misunderstood, or I didn't have all the facts, or maybe I need to second guess what I thought was real or what I thought was true, and maybe this is really what, like, no, somebody's trying to sell a dream here. That's what they're doing. They're trying to sell a dream, a token of love, give an offering that is very minimal in the grand scheme of things. It's still a page, but even in that regard, it's a page that comes with a whole bunch of background bullshit. Yeah, it's like, no, it's the end of that. Thank you, Spirit, for just calling it what it is. Like, no. It's like she looking back like, what? I'm over here. What is that? Like, this is something that has worked for somebody before in previous life cycles, where they could ultimately finesse whomever they intended to, for whatever reason. It really doesn't even matter the motivation, or, it's just a matter of the intentions here, which is to manipulate and to deceive. The World card, something has ended with these ambitions. And given this, it's like somebody that thinks they're approaching someone in the Eight of Swords, or that they have the potential to impress the Eight of Swords onto someone. That just shows how out of alignment and out of step they must truly be. Because as I said, the world has moved on from that frequency. It may not appear to be that way when you look around, like say on the internet, or you look around day to day and, it seems like people, the world's going to shit. But the truth of the matter is, those that are intentional about operating in this frequency are really self-destructing. They're either damaging each other and eliminating one another, or they're ultimately eliminating themselves. Certainly disconnecting themselves from any from any privilege in the new world. Just by matter of mentality alone, you know, to still have the intention to be deceptive, dishonest, disruptive, destructive. Like, that's all the energies in the Seven of Swords. And why? Like, what? For what? It's energy so wasted at this point in time. Like, find something safe to do for real, because this ain't it. We all know what happens to the Seven of Swords. He ultimately falls on his own sword. Yeah, this is someone that's trying to keep a familiar cycle going, wants to recreate it, or, you know, doesn't want to let it go. Some exchange. It could be family, friends, or an old beau, as the old folks used to say, like an old boyfriend or girlfriend that wants to, you know, it's given the energy, especially with the Eight of Swords, of someone that was able to kind of keep another person under their thumb before, like always, or, you know, also someone that always felt like they had easy access or unlimited access to another energy, like say a man to a woman, because that's what it's really giving me. Let's just call it what it is. All this masculine energy and then the feminine in the Eight of Swords. This is like a masculine who always pretty much felt like he could go do what he wanted to do and then come back and somebody would always be there, you know, whether it was an active on and off again relationship or something that they just left in the past with this Six of Cups energy, and they felt like, oh, I can always, you know, regenerate those love vibes. You know, she'll always love me. She can't do no better than me. I'll always be her, you know, her main man type of vibes, like that arrogance, you know, that thinking that the world pretty much would stop for, you know, would really revolve around his ambitions at a moment's notice, you know. And as I said, first of all, the world indicates that that cycle is over. So he's already been sadly mistaken. And me connecting to that card of the Eight of Swords, saying that this definitely ain't my energy. I'm in love vibes with, you know, and R&B and soul and all that good stuff. And I'm definitely not feeling stuck and stagnant. The Eight of Swords would be the energy of someone that actually is waiting for someone to come back, like, oh, I wonder when he's going to come choose me, or I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if he still loves me. That's the Eight of Swords in real life. Like, for real stuck, for real bound, for real feeling like they're just like, you know, unworthy, more or less. You're not feeling, or feeling so damaged on account of having trusted an energy such as this and being burned over and over again, like letting them come back and then he ghosts you again. And then, you know, it's like feeling so helpless, maybe not completely downtrodden by appearance, but internally, maybe even mentally. So with the swords, feeling very untrustworthy to trust self with other people. So you're like distant from starting any new relationships or engaging any new prospects, meeting new people, putting yourself out there, whether it even just be friendship, you know, or having a good time. You're very, very guarded and secluded, you know, barricaded in, so to speak. That would be the best case scenario for an energy like this, because then they would have the opportunity to swoop back in with their damn Seven of Swords, finesse you with just enough in the Page of Cups to manipulate you back into another toxic, yeah, look, for the purposes of appearances with this Four of Wands, but really to manipulate another toxic cycle, to have you roped up in them emotionally again, but really meaning you no true good. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, we got the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Now, who is who in this is the question. Because I don't feel like they're the same person with their backs turned to one another. If I'm being honest, it feels like the King of Wands is looking more toward engaged in this Six of Cups cycle, as I said, like wanting to recreate, wanting to, with the wand energy, wanting to create this love vibe, this love frequency of the past, where clearly they have more to gain than whomever the counterpart may be. Look how much bigger he is than her, even in the damn picture. It's like he's hovering. Oh God, so this is narcissistic vibes. Which, I mean, it was definitely given that from the jump, right? But to say the word hovering in that regard really just triggered something for me. So yeah, this is somebody that's just looming over, not only, see, and this is the thing, because see, this be the thing. It's like, enough already. So not only are they lurking over you energetically, because remember I started this about it being an emotional projection, like somebody even sending love vibes or certain frequencies your way, you know what I mean? Like it could be doing it by way of sexual manipulation, like literally being in self pleasure and thinking about you and sending those vibes your way. May or may not even have any real intentions of coming to affirm those frequencies in real life, but just to keep you stuck again in that bound Eight of Swords energy, where you're just sitting there waiting, like, is he coming back? Or you feeling the vibes, because you're remember, I mistakenly said intuitive. So there's some intuitive nature of you that can pick up on these senses. And in the worst case scenario, it would be just enough to kind of keep you still and in one stagnant place. Again, almost saving yourself for some reconciliation or regeneration of some love. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. It really, really is. And at this point in time, I would say if people aren't willing to put their body where they're projecting their energy, like 3D connection at this point in time, it's not even worth entertaining. It's just not, because at this point in time, there should be more than enough invitation in spirit and in truth, enough closure for everyone, more or less, that if you feel, if a masculine energy feels so inclined to send telepathic vibes and send energy even in the 5D, or just those love vibes where they must be thinking about you all damn day, or like I said, taking it a stretch further, which is really, like I said, sexual manipulation, at its worst, because it's not something that is openly engaging with the other party, with the intended receiver, especially not in this intention. This is somebody with this tainted ass Page of Cups. This is somebody that means to manipulate, to keep someone stuck, hoping and wishing for a reconnection that's never going to come. Never going to come. And if this is the same person, it's like it's given with the Seven of Wands and the King of Cups, it's given that he is resistant to love. Like he's resisting that true nature of himself. He's more in the energy of passion, and dare I even say lust, lined up here under this damn Seven of Swords, that is with his intention on, like I said, recreating this experience and like holding it, like really holding someone in a portal, so to speak, like stuck in this, not even a portal, because you would get through that, but like holding someone hostage. Oh, I bit my tongue when I said that too. That's wild. Holding someone hostage in this place of false hope and hopelessness at the same time. It's really effed up. That's the Seven of Swords. I mean, the Eight of Swords, that spiritual imprisonment. That's what this person means to do with this energy. To hold someone hostage with hope and hopelessness. Or they did. This was their thing, and that's the cycle that's closing out, which could be the thing. But that's the thing, because I said that this is somebody that's trying to recreate it, right? That's what so that's what they used to do. This is what they're trying to drudge up again, but it's not going to happen because the frequency, the universal frequency, has more or less canceled out that vibration. Like it's not the same because it's not landing to the same receiver the way that it used to. Like I said, it's like the Eight of Swords. No, who's in the Eight of Swords? Definitely not me. You in the Eight of Swords? You stuck? Untrustworthy of your own instincts, waiting on somebody to come rescue you, save you, release you from yourself. Like, please, nobody's doing that. Nobody's in that energy. It's an engagement of spirit, Yeah, exactly. And that's why, hence the bended cards, as you can see, is like it's not going down. It's flawed. It's a flaw in the plan. It's a flaw because it's a flaw in the intention. And this is the wounded warrior with the Nine of Wands, because it's like no matter what the ambition may be, and now that I say this, it does feel like the reason why I was feeling like it was two people was because they were back to back. But it gives way to what I was saying here, where someone wants to give the impression of one thing, like, oh, I'm the King of Cups, I'm so loving. Well, really, he's the Page of Cups. So there's that. And then another inflection is that they're so passionate, they just gotta have you. They can't live without you. They just are so supremely attracted to you, and you're, like giving you all that, because that can be intoxicating too. But really, like I said, it's like, it's a trick, it's a trap. It's not real. It's a lie, ultimately. And no shade, no tea, okay? Now that I got these two, I rarely have two masculines come up this way, like almost on top of each other. This could be somebody that, even more beyond the trickery of playing with your emotions, isn't really too sure about their own, if you get what I'm saying. It's like he's trying to fight, okay. Like he's trying to fight his own desires here with this Seven of Wands card. Like he may be into the same sex, if not both, which is, like I said, no tea, no shade, but that's yet another layer of manipulation, because if you are pressing this energy upon a feminine focus, you're not even available, as I was feeling with this King of Cups and the Seven of Wands. This feels like emotional unavailability here. You're not even available for what you're projecting to offer. You got your energy set on something, literally on a wand here, something totally different. And then here's the Nine of Wands, where somebody's definitely struggling with their sexuality. That's what I pick up. I don't pick that up often, but I definitely feel that this is a struggle, because their passion is pulling them in one direction, literally, hence the two directions here. But it's like spiritually, maybe they have some conflict with it, as if, right, doing all this shit, like you really got some spiritual or moral compass about that, of all things. But it probably is more about appearances when we really get into it, like what is socially acceptable or societally acceptable holistically, because we know that it's not like 1950 per se, but in this person's mind, in their mind's eye, there's some contention. There's some worthy contention here, is what I'll say, that they're either still struggling with, or still resisting, maybe still hiding, maybe still just trying to keep concealed from the public with the Seven of Wands card. They don't want everybody to know. Well, looks like the cat's out the bag with the Nine of Wands. Maybe that's what the imbalance is here. But that's on account of what? These over ambitions to do things that were unlawful spiritually, maybe even naturally as well, but definitely spiritually unlawful. These narcissistic behaviors that ultimately always end up being end up exposing you in one way, shape, or form. At this time, like I said, with the world being in the position that it's in now, celestially, it's just not the time to be, keeping secrets that are harmful to others, or living in a secretive way that could be detrimental to others. And this would be that. Like I said, no wonder I'm like, he ain't never coming. This is fake. This is phony. That's why it's fake, because that's not the true nature of his desires. So he's not even being real with himself. Yeah, look at this. I'm not going to take all these, I don't think. But yeah, heartbreak. Yeah, there's some intentional material. Maybe he feels like, that's not where the money is at to be deemed a homosexual man, secrets, there it is. But he's feeling stuck in some way to move forward. You see how that just got exposed? I think something got exposed, and maybe it is fucking with his money, but not because of the nature of the secret or the truth of the secret, but just the nature of the motivation to hide it. And, the dishonesty, the level of deceit, that was invested in invested in a lie, invested in living a lie is what I'm feeling. And we got the three of cups, which is definitely giving debauchery vibes. Like it could even be someone. Nah, I still feels what I feels, but it also could be someone that just likes to party, that still wants to be out and about, keeping their options open. This is like a third party situation with the cups. They want to keep their options open, but there's some value. See how this King of Wands is so intense and focused on this Six of Cups. It's like given the energy with the World card behind it, that there's some eagerness about time, or missing an opportunity for something, which is what was the point of keeping somebody stuck and held up in this illusion of hope in the first place. So like to almost keep somebody on a shelf or in a box until you ready to stop running the streets, or until you decide what you actually want, and you'll come back and reclaim your prize. And it's like, what? Yeah, you get the hell out of here. Exactly. Yeah, Three of Swords. Yeah, that was a fool's mission that was going nowhere fast and nowhere at all, as a matter of fact. Let me get one more. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, I'm going to take all four. I'm going to take them all, though. Yeah, like it was illusionary. The devil was behind all of this madness. Well, a lower vibrational energy, even if it was his own, was behind this madness. And see how this is somebody that wants the appearance, that's what it's given, wants the appearance of the happy life, the nuclear family, perhaps, the power couple energy, but doesn't see it. Like he is afraid of his own taboo. He doesn't see it being most palatable, or even with that Ace of Pentacles, marketable as a same-sex power couple, so much as he sees the value of it being man and woman, because generally speaking, that's what people are, they're open to. Generally, as I said. But this is him on this fool's mission. It's like he broke his own heart, not living in his truth, ultimately, because it seems like, like I said, it was a lot of energy And hence why, because see how the feminine is the one that's open, and right on top is the devil card. This is who he wanted to keep locked and bound, like I said, on reserve, just in case when he's ready to live that simple life, the ideal person was there waiting. The perfect beard, it seems like in this case, right? And there would be the new beginning, or the fresh start to have this ideal, the appearance of the ideal life. But like I said, it looks like he broke his own heart, had holding hope for, like he deluded himself in that realm of hope to some degree, because it seems like when he went to return to reclaim, or what he thought was always going to be on reserve, just was not. It was nothing there for him. It was nothing there. The world had moved on. The frequencies had moved on. Feminine had moved on. He should probably move on as well, living his real life in real life, not trying to live a lie for the sake of appearances. It doesn't seem like it's even yielded much, but a whole bunch of conflict, and regret and remorse and PTSD, a lot of restriction and resistance to his natural desires and passions. Like, this is who he is over here, and this is who he's trying to fight himself to be, and it's just extra. It's really wasted energy is what it is. Let me get one more on the other side of the devil. I mean, couldn't be no more toxic energy here. And get into it between the Lovers and the devil. I wasn't really even building that correlation. It was like the total inflection of, oh man. So probably, so it's like the relationships that he entangled himself with, probably the reason why he's in this defensive mode here, on account of trying to still protect his identity and his truth and all that, is because he was so busy living a lie. He set himself to be a magnet for other liars. like I said, with the Seven of Swords, he always finds his match somewhere, and it seems like that's what he ran into. He forfeited an opportunity for a true match, whether it would have been same sex, with whatever it may have been, and was entangled in some relationship or connection that was very low vibrational, full of debauchery, full of heartbreak, full of foolishness, as it seems. And it's interesting that the feminine energy is the one that is exposed here, so it was definitely on account of another feminine energy, I would say, that he connected with, maybe somebody that was open to the life, that maybe had some secrets of her own, or something, like living a taboo lifestyle, more or less, that they could both entrust with one another, or so he thought. That's the vibe I'm getting, because he's in the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. But you can kind of, when you kind of living in a dark life to some degree, you feel more safe and secure with people that have secrets of their own. You don't want to live in the light with nobody. You always feel exposed, or it sheds more light on your demons, pretty much, or what you're hiding. So he found himself a community where he could be him. He could be himself freely in the dark, though. That's the difference. Because when you're playing around in the dark, it's a lot of things you don't see, a lot of shadows, a lot of illusions, and it's ultimately just not safe. Like, somebody's going to get hurt, and depending on, I don't know, it seemed like it's him that got hurt. Maybe some other people did too, but it's feeling a little singular to me. Yeah, and here's the Two of Swords. Yeah, and it's like all roads are closed at this point in time. Like I said before, like the places that he would have gone for truth or comfort or understanding or connection are not available anymore, because he more or less like kind of chose his tribe, if you get what I'm saying, and it wasn't a good investment. It wasn't a great choice. He chose with his carnal nature and his primal self as opposed to his spiritual self. The inflection between the Gemini, I mean, well, yeah, it is Gemini, but the Lovers and the Devil card. As Gemini, that's Capricorn. Yeah, so he went with the partnership with Capricorn energy. It's about power, influence, affluence, money, material projection of prominence, positions of power. You know, it's like very showy. It can be, but more so very tangible material measurement, whether it be in prestige or in actual, things that show prominence or prove a certain level of elitism, definitely with Capricorn energy. Yeah. I don't know. I'll take a few more at the bottom just to say I did, but I don't really know much more to say about this. That came out kind of weird, right? Let me take another one with that. What's this? What's with the Six of Swords? And you know what this probably is? It's probably the feminine energy that, like I said, I was saying that it's all like the roads that he used to go to. This may be specifically the feminine energy really like blocked. You know, like it's not even a matter of, he would hope she might be at a place of indecision, but really this is giving blocked energy. Like, no, I'm good. Don't come over here. I'm too Gucci, as a matter of fact. Let me just get a couple more with this Six of Wands. Yeah, he's watching other people have victory and success. Living in their true passion is what I'm getting with the Six of Wands. And it's like he's helplessly observing and watching, either looking for an opportunity to interject that ain't never coming, because it's already been established that poor intentions lead nowhere in this frequency that we're in right now. You know, so it's literally, it feels like him trying to watch for an opportunity to disrupt this success, or to interfere in it, because it's also like acknowledgement. It could be recognition, reward. Yeah, it's the same old, exactly. And that was the I'm pretty sure that was the Empress that I saw, but she popped back in there. Yeah, trying to stop somebody from their shine by projecting illusions, to have them question, am I really shining? Can I even really shine without him or without her? Does life even really matter if I don't have this person by my side? You know, like that type of shit. Like, no, get out of here. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a faulty foundation is what it is, to build your life on illusions. And somebody, it seems, is finding that out the hard way. Point blank period. Point blank period. There's really no more to even say about it. They're finding out the hard way that building your life on illusions is not sustainable, and is actually quite self-destructive in the long run. And all they can do is observe why other people living in their truth are moving on with the frequency of the world that is moving on. This energy is still looking for opportunities, as I say here, to try to interject with those old tactics, but there's really no lead. It's a mismatch. It's really destroyed before it even gets out the gate at this point in time. Yeah, and this person is illusional and delusional for even wanting to still try when there's been plenty of evidence otherwise that this is not a productive state of being or state of mind, which tells me that something darker is still at play here to be so insistent that there's still a chance. The devil energy is no shock, at all that there might still be some delusion or illusion, but the moral of the story is pretty much quit while you're ahead, as ahead as you're going to be at this point in time, because it's really not going anywhere. Is there any more to say about this? The moon card, it's Cancer energy. It's about, and I think the tower is that Scorpio? What's the tower? I may be wrong about that because it is quite fiery, isn't it? No, I think it is. I think somebody had kind of has said that in the comments before when I was thoughtful about that, about it being Mars energy. And what's happening in Mars? Well, Aries is in the North Node, which is Mars energy. In the North Node. Cancer, that's about your home life and the home that you make and the home within your own self. So yeah, this is someone just being completely rocked. Their whole foundation, the lifestyle that they built for themselves by way of this illusion is just being completely dismantled. And the thing about it is, when a tower hits, it's for the purposes of clearing the way for something more fortifying. That's what we know in our highest mind and perspective. But this is somebody that's still resistant to that reality. They're still refusing to accept that change is in order, that it's inevitable, as a matter of fact. It's like they're trying to hold up this tower with their bare hands, or they're trying to stow themselves away in it, and meanwhile it's literally crumbling to pieces and burning from the top down. There's nowhere to run or hide from this destruction. And it may be a matter more of, like I said, what matters most to him is the appearance of his prominence, the appearance of power, this projection of elitism, so to speak, one way or another, that's being dismantled. And it could be by way of the truth of his nature being exposed, or him being exposed by his associates, or engagements, or however you want to call it. And it's like he can't even play the Playboy act if he wanted to, because it's like, what? I know what you into, type of thing. Like, let's just keep it real here. We know what you're into. And hell, it's given that could be the least of what this person is hiding. With the tower here to end the reading with the moon card, that means there's a lot of secrets behind the scenes or under the surface that are completely being uprooted at this time. So this person has way bigger fish to fry than to still be trying to hold on to old past toxic cycles, probably some safety net that he thought he created for himself. Like I said, in case of emergency, break the glass type of vibes. Break the glass and marry this person type of vibes, like really solidify the beard. And it's like, no, you're not going to be able to do that either. This is the era of truth that we're living in. And if you can't face your own, then I don't know what to tell you, because it's going to face you one way or the other, and you won't be able to avert your eyes from it. And that's for everyone. That's for all of us. So it is what it is. Okay, just as my incense is burning out completely, perfect time to call it quits here. Living your truth, y'all. Ain't nothing more liberating than that. It doesn't really matter what anybody else has to say about it, especially not at this point, because we all have something that may be a bit taboo, a little bit mystical, a little bit mysterious about us that we wouldn't necessarily scream from the rooftops. But in the matters of living in your truth, it's not about like completely exposing yourself or being what might be called like a spiritual exhibitionist, where you get on the internet and just air all your dirty laundry. Unless you down with that and that's what you're here for, then do you. But it's just really about being honest with yourself, and certainly with those that you have an impact or that you stand to make some impression or influence on. That's it. You don't owe anybody anything, but you definitely owe it to yourself and your supreme self to be honest. That means if you're into a certain thing, you be honest with that reality and don't project any illusion to anyone else, especially one that you won't ever really make good on, or you won't be completely emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or maybe even physically available for. Like, that's just unfair. And the universe is not standing for that anymore. For the projector or for the receiver. It's just not fair. So, I'm done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. As always, until next time, I leave you with peace.